Matuto! Hello everyone, it's me again, Ma'am Shei. So we are now on our week 4 on second quarter. So for today's video, we are going to discuss rational exponents and radicals. So let us begin the discussion with a rational exponent. So in the expression x raised to the 1/3, x is what we call the base, while this 1/3 is what we call the exponent. So this is the rational exponent since if you can see, ang ating exponent is in the form of a fraction. No? So it is an exponent that is a fraction. So that is the rational exponent. In simplifying expressions with the rational exponents, you should remember the laws of integral exponents. So the rule is the same, but however, you need to remember the operations of fractions since our exponents are all rational numbers. So in the expression a raised to 1/2 times a raised to 3/2, we will apply here the product of a power in which it states that you need to copy the same base or the same bases, and then you need to add the exponents. So this will become a raised to 1/2 plus 3/2. So please take note kung ang ating fraction ay dissimilar or similar fractions. Kapag similar fraction, parehas ang denominator. Kapag dissimilar fractions, of course, magkaiba yung denominators niya. So magkaiba din yung process on how to add them. So kailangan alalahanin natin on how to add fractions. So, since similar fraction to, madali lamang mag-add. You just need to copy the same denominator and then add the numerator. So, this will become 1 plus 3 is 4 divided by 2. Okay? So, that is our exponents. Now, let us simplify. Kung kayang isimplify, isimplify natin. 4 divided by 2 is equal to 2. So, therefore, this will become a raised to 2. So, therefore, a raised to 1/2 times a raised to 3/2 is equal to a squared. Let us have another example. Suppose that our expression is equal to 12 raised to 2/3 times 12 raised to 1/2. So again, we are going to apply here the product of a power because if you notice, same basis lamang meron tayo, and then so therefore we need to add their exponents. So this will become 12 raised to 2/3 plus 1/2. If you notice, our exponents na nasa fraction form ay dissimilar fractions kasi magkaiba yung kanilang denominator. So what are we going to do? So we need to make it a similar fraction. So papaano yon? Sa pamagitan ng pagkuha ng LCD. So ano ba yung LCD between 3 and 2? Okay, so that is 6. So therefore, we will have 6. So 6, paano naging 4, 6? Ganito po yan. Yung 6 na LCD, kinopya dito. 6, then dinivide doon sa ating denominator. 6 divided by 3 is 2. Then after that, yung 2, binultiply sa ating numerator. 2 times 2 is equal to 4. Kaya po naging 4 yon. The same as here. 6 divided by 2 is 3. And then minultiply sa numerator na 1. So 3 times 1 is 3. So kaya po naging 3 over 6. Okay? So if you notice, parehas na sila ng fraction, ng denominator. So therefore, similar fractions na siya. Pwede na nating i-add ngayon si numerator. So 4 plus 3 is equal to 7, and then copy the same denominator. So therefore, we have 12 raised to 7 over 6. Let us proceed to another example. Suppose that our expression is equal to 6x raised to 6 raised to the power of 1/3. So dito ay power na siya, raised to the power, raised pa to another power. So this is an example of a power rule in which yung exponents natin ay kailangan nating i-multiply. So this will become 6x raised to 6/3. Paano naging 6/3? Okay, minultiply natin ng 6 times 1/3. And so, kapag nagmumultiply ng fractions, numerator sa numerator lang, denominator sa denominator. 6 natin ay whole number, meron siyang denominator na 1. Kaya ang numerator is 6 times 1 is 6. And then, denominator 1 times 3 is 3. Kaya po naging 6 over 3. So, after that, we just need to simplify kung kayang i-simplify yung ating exponent, and 6 divided by 3 is equal to 2. The reason why naging 6x raised to 2. Okay? So we will apply here another rule or law of exponent in which this is a power of a product. Kasi meron tayong product here, then kinuha pa yung power na 2. So, i-distribute natin yung exponent to each of the number or expression. So, that will become 6 raised to 2, x raised to 2. Dinistribute lamang po sa bawat isa. Okay? Then, after that, simplify again. What is 6 raised to 2? Hindi po siya 6 times 2, ha? Kasi power yung 2. So, that will become 6 times 6. Dalawang beses multiply sa 6. So, that is equal to 36 and then x squared. Copy x squared. So, this is our answer. So, we have 36x squared. Let us have this one. So let us have the example or the expression 4 over 9 raised to the power of 1/2. So here we will apply the power of a quotient rule in which we need to distribute the exponent to the numerator as well as to the denominator. So this will be equal to 4 raised to 1/2 divided by 9 raised to 1/2. So, if you noticed, meron pa ba tayong way para ma-simplify ito? Okay, wala na, di ba? So, in this case, let us check the base or the bases. Di ba, you have 4 and 9. As you can see, yung 4 and 9, pwede natin siyang i-express into exponential form. So, let us express 4 and 9 in exponential form. So, that will be, ang form, pag sabing exponential form, yung may exponent pa siya. So, therefore, ang 4 magiging 2 squared. And then yung 9 magiging 3 squared. So, that will be look like this. So, 2 squared, yung 4, naging 2 squared. And then, multiply to the power of 1/2. As well as yung 9, naging 3 squared, then to the power of 1/2. Then, after that, let us simplify. So, that will be, i-multiply natin ang 2 na power or yung exponent na 2 by 1/2. So, 2 times 1/2 is equal to 2 over 2 as well as this denominator. 2 times 1/2 is equal to 2 over 2. So, that is equal to 2/3. Bakit naging 2/3? Di ba ang 2 over 2 is equal to 1? As well as itong nasa denominator, 1. So, 2 raised to 1 is equal to 2. 2 raised to 1 is 3 raised to 1 is equal to 3. So, therefore, the simplified form of 4 over 9 raised to the power of 1/2 is equal to 2/3. This time, let us apply the laws of rational exponent to simplify the following expression. So, the first one is n raised to the 4th power raised to the power of 3/2. So, this is an example of a power-to-power rule. So, we need to multiply the two exponents. So, 4 times 3/2 is equal to 12 over 2. That is 4 times 3 is 12. And then 1 times 2 is 2. Then, kaya pa natin i-simplify sa 12 divided by 2. So, that would be equal to n raised to 6. So, meron pa ba? Okay, wala na. So, therefore, ito po yung simplified form ng n to the 4th power raised to the 3/2. Okay? Next number. So, we have 3b raised to 1/2 times b raised to 3/2. So, multiplication siya. So, this will become, ang 3 ilalabas natin. Why? Kasi wala naman siyang exponent, di ba? Ang may exponent lamang dito ay si b. So, since ito ay same basis, we can apply here the product rule. Kaya ang ginawa natin sa kanilang exponent ng b, in-add natin. So, therefore, that is 3 times b raised to 1/2 plus 3 over 2. So, pagpaplasin natin, tingnan natin yung denominators ng ating exponent. Parehas siyang 2, so therefore it is similar fraction. So in adding similar fractions, we just need to add the numerator and then copy the denominator. So that will be equal to 3 times b raised to the power of 4 over 2. And then let us simplify. 4 over 2 is equal to squared. Then 3 times b squared is equal to 3b squared. So therefore, ito po ang ating final answer sa 3b raised to 1 half times b raised to 3 over 2. We have 3b squared. Okay? Next number. A raised to 1/2 raised to the power of 1/3. So again, power to power rule tayo. Let us multiply 1/2 by 1/3. So that will be equal to a raised to 1/2 times 1/3. So, pag ganito naman, pag multiplication, we just need to multiply the numerators and then multiply the denominators. So, that will be equal to 1 times 1, 1. 2 times 3, 6. So, we have a raised to 1, 6. Okay? Nakukuha? Okay, let us have number 4. 12 raised to 3/4 divided by 4 raised to 1/4. So, this will be equal to quotient rule tayo. So, pag pag same basis siya, pwede natin apply ang power rule, ang quotient rule. But since this is 12 raised to the power of, okay, yung 12 over 4, dinivide muna natin. Ang 12 divided by 4 is 3. And then, diniretso ko na dito ha. Then, yung exponent natin, we have 3 over 4. Minus natin sa 1 over 4 following the rule for quotient rule. So, 3/4 minus 1/4, similar fraction siya. So, 3 minus 1 lang ulit. So, that is 2. 2 over 4. And 2 over 4, when simplified, is equal to 1/2. So, we have 3 raised to 1/2. Okay? Next, we have a cube, b to the 4th power, raised to the power of 1 over 12. So, that will be equal to, ayan. So, power of product rule, i-multiply natin or i-distribute natin si exponent na 1 over 12 sa bawat factor. Okay, so we have 3 times 112 and then 4 times 112. Nakukuha? Can you still follow? Okay, good. So we have 3 times 1 is 3, then over 12. 4 times 1 is 4 over 12. Then let us just simplify. Ang 3/12 ay 1/4. Ang 4 over 12 when simplified is 1/3. So this is our final answer. Okay? Kung naunawaan na natin ang laws of rational exponents, let us proceed to radicals. Okay, so ano naman itong radicals? So let us have this expression, cube root of x. So this is an example of a radical expression in which it consists of, first, this symbol which is called the radical sign. So ito yon. Ayan. Then, how about this number 3 na nakasulat naman doon sa may paloob ng ating radical sign or radical symbol? So, that is what we call the index. Okay? So, ito yung ating index. How about naman yung number or yung variable na nakasulat inside the radical sign? So, that is what we call the radicand. Okay? And this is read as cube root of x or third root of x. So, ito, pwede siyang maging 2. Kapag 2, square root or second root ang tawag, second root or square root. But always remember, yung 2 ay hindi na natin isinusulat. Okay? Understood na siya na square root kapag wala tayong nakitang index. Okay? Then, kapag ito'y 4, ang tawag siya, ang base dyan ay fourth root. Pag 5, fifth root, and so on. Okay? So that is radical expressions. Take note that exponential numbers whose exponents are rational numbers or yung tinatawag nating rational exponents can be expressed as radicals. So this time, let us express exponential expressions into radicals. So how is that? So suppose that our given exponential expression is x raised to 1/3. Okay, so here, in order to rewrite it as radical, this will be equivalent to, yan, of course, we need radical sign. And then, yung ating denominator of our exponent will be our index. Okay? While our x or the base of our exponential expression will be our radicand. Okay, so yun yung isusulat natin sa loob ng ating radical symbol. While yung 1 or the numerator of our exponent will be the exponent of our radicand. So dito siya matatagpuan. Okay? So the exponential number a raised to mn or m divided by n when changed to radical is or will be equal to nth root of a raised to m. And read as the nth root of a raised to m. Okay? So, if you notice, yung ating base, naging, yan, radicand. Yung ating denominator, siya, o ng ating exponent, siya yung ating naging index, while the numerator of our exponent is the exponent of our radicand. Okay? Madali ba? Tatandaan natin yan, ha? Okay. So, let us write an expression with rational exponent as radicals. Now, for example, we have 5 raised to 1/4. So, this will be equal to fourth root, of course, the radical sign. Ito yung denominator natin, naging index, fourth root of, then our base, naging ating radicand, and the numerator, which is 1, 5 raised to 1. At syempre, kapag ang ating exponent is 1, we don't need to write it anymore. So that will be, our final answer is fourth root of 5. Klaro ba? Okay, let us try another. 4 raised to 3 over 2. So that will be equal to, okay, yes, correct. Second root of, yan, 4 raised to 3. Okay, or 4 cube. At since sabi ko nga kanina, doon sa ating paliwanag sa radical numbers, kapag ang ating index ay 2, we don't need to put it or write it doon sa top ng ating radical sign. Kasi understood na siya ay may index na 2 or ang root niya ay 2. So therefore, this will be written as, ayan, square root of 4 cube. In which, we can still simplify it. Yung 4 cube, kapag kayang i-simplify natin. Ang 4 cube, alam naman natin, ang 4 raised to the power of 3, sabihin, 3 times natin i-multiply. 4 times 4 times 4. And that will be equal to square root of 64. Okay? And the square root of 64, of course, can be expressed or simplified as 8. Bakit naging 8? Kasi di ba ang 8 times 8 is equal to 64. Okay? Opposite lang naman yung process niya. Okay? So, ang square root ng 64, ano yung isang number na pag multiply natin ng dalawang beses? Bakit dalawa? Kasi yun yung kanyang root. It indicates the power. Okay? So, dalawang number, isang number na pag multiply natin ng 2 times sa kanyang sarili will result to 64. And that is 8. Did you understand? Okay, good. Let us proceed to another example. Let's say, for example, we have 3y raised to the power of 3 over 2. So, dito, sino yung may exponent na 3 over 2? Okay, correct. That is y. So, therefore, writing the expression with rational exponent as radical, that will be equal to, okay, pakita muna natin, magkahiwalay po yan. 3 times y 3 raised to 3 over 2. Ibig sabihin, si y lamang ang may exponent na rational. So, that will be equal to 3. Kokopyahin lang si 3. And then, yung ating square root, since yung radical symbol, and then yung ating 2, which is the index, ang ating y as radicand, and then the exponent of our radicand, which is 3. Then, let us just simplify it. So, that is equal to 3 square root of y cubed. So, yung 2, nawala na. Kasi understood na siya na may power of 2. So, the answer is 3 square root of y cubed. Can you still follow? Okay, I hope so. Next, let's have another. So, 3y raised to the power of 2 over 3. So, kita natin sa parenthesis na lahat ng nasa loob ng parenthesis, siya yung may power na 2 cube. So, applying the laws of exponents, so that is equal to, ayan. So, ito yung ating radical sign. The index will be 3. Okay, nasa loob yung 3y. Bakit? Okay, kasi lahat ng yun yung may power na 2 over or 2 cube. So, ibig sabihin, ang exponent ng dalawang ito or ng product ng 3 and y is 2. Now, simplifying it, syempre, apply natin yung laws of exponent na power doon sa product. Power of product rule. So that is, i-distribute natin si 2 kay 3, si 2 kay y. So that is 3 squared, y squared. Okay? Now simplify. 3 squared is 9, then copy y squared. Kaya pa bang kunin ang lowest term ng 9? Meron ba tayong number na pag minultiply 3 times ay 9 ang sagot? Okay, wala na po. So therefore, this is our final answer. We have cube root of 9y squared. I hope naunawaan natin how to change exponential expression into radical expression. So this time, let us have exercises. Okay, let's say for example, number 1, 125 raised to the power of 2 cubed. So this will be changing into radical expression. Yan, cube root of 125 squared. Okay? Yung 3, denominator, naging index. Yung 2, numerator, ang ating exponent ng ating radicand. Now, simplifying yung 125 squared, that is equal to 15,625. 10 galing yun. Ang 125 times 125 is equal to 15,625. And then, sabi ko nga sa inyo, if kaya nating i-simplify siya, i-simplify pa natin. Hanap tayo ng number, isang number na when we multiply to itself 3 times. Bakit 3 times? Kasi yun po yung power o yun yung ating index. 3 times, ang sagot ay 15,625. And that is 25. Kapag nakuha natin exactly, mawawala na siya sa loob ng radical sign. Kasi nakuha na natin yung root. 25 times 25 times 25 is equal to 15,625. So therefore, yung isang number na pag multiply natin 3 times, that is 25. So wala na siya sa ating loob ng cube root. Kasi na-simplify na natin. Nakuha ba? Okay. Let's have another. 5x raised to 1 half is equal to, so again, ang may exponent lamang natin na 1 half is only x. So therefore, si 5 ay nasa labas ng ating radical sign. So that is, yan, square root of x. So nasan po si 2? Ayun po, hindi natin nakikita. Asan po si 1 na numerator? Nandudun din po, hindi rin natin nakikita. So we have 5 square root of x. Nakuha? Good. Number 3. 16 raised to 1 half raised to the power of 3/4. So we will apply here the power of power rule. Now, we will multiply 1 half by 3/4. That will be 16 raised to the power of 1 half times 3/4. Then, sabi ko nga sa inyo, when it comes to multiplication, multiply the numerators as well as the denominators. 1 times 3, we have 3. 2 times 4, we have 8. Now, kaya bang i-simplify si 3 over 8? Okay, hindi na po. So therefore, let us change it into radical expression. Kaya na natin ilipat sa radical. So ang 8 ang magiging index, ang 16 ang radicand, and then ang 3 ang ating exponent. So ganyan po ang magiging sagot. We have 8 root of 16 cubed. And then since this is a number, 16, then may power siya na 3, i-multiply natin 3 times. 16 times 16 times 16, and that is 4,096. Now, if you have a number na pag minultiply nyo 8 times sa kanyang sarili ay 4,096 ang sagot, so pwede mo siyang ilabas sa ating radical sign. Pero since walang ibang number dyan, kundi nasa loob pa rin siya, or we cannot simplify it. So, ito na yung simplest form niya. Okay? 8 root of 4,096. Let's move on with number 4. xy raised to the power of 2/5. Okay, power of product rule. So, i-distribute natin si 2/5 kay x and y. So, that will be, yan. So, 5th root, when written into radicals, 5th root of xy raised to the power of 2. Okay? So, isang buong xy ang may power ng 2. So, distribute it, we will have, yan, we have x squared, y squared. So, kaya pa bang i-simplify? Not anymore. So, this is our final answer. Next, number 5. 5 raised to 1/5 times 5 raised to 2/5. So, this will be Product rule tayo. So, 5 times 5, no, that same basis tayo sa ating dalawang terms. So, we will just need to copy, and then what about the exponent? Yan, ang exponent natin ay ating i-add. So, 1/5 plus 2/5. Similar fractions, we just need to add the numerators. 1 plus 2, 3 over, copy the denominator, which is 5. So, we have 5 raised to 3 over 5. Then after that, we will we can now start transforming it into radical expression. So, ang 5 ang magiging index, ang 5, ito, ang magiging base, and then, or radicand, and then yung 3, ang ating exponent ng radicand. So, we have fifth root of 5 cube, and 5 cube is equal to 125. So, therefore, our final answer is fifth root of 125. Of course, class, if kaya nating ilipat ang exponential form into radical expression, pwede natin siyang ibalik. Mula naman sa radical expression, we can change it into exponential form. So, let us start. So, we have here the expression cube root of 8 raised to the power of 4. So, what are we going to do? Para mailipat siya sa exponential form or yung may rational numbers na exponent. So, yung 8 natin ang magiging base, yung cube ang magiging denominator. And then yung 4 ang ating numerator. So, that will be equal to 8 raised to the power of 4 cube. Naku ha? Ito po yon yung base. Index, yun yung denominator. And then yung numerator natin, which is 4. Okay? Next, fifth root of 32. So, that will be, very good, 32 raised to the power of 1/5. Base natin, okay. About the index, yung 5, naging denominator. And then, ang numerator, saan galing si 1? Ayun po, ando doon po siya, hindi lang natin nakikita. Okay? Next, cube root of y squared. So, here, variable yung ating base or yung ating radicand. So, that will be equal to y raised to the power of 2 cube. Can you follow? Madali ba? Okay, so let us try another. So let's write again the given radical expression to exponential form. We have a square root of xy. So that will be, x raised to 1/2 times y raised to 1/2. Paano nangyari yun? Okay, didistribute of course natin. Kasi ang xy ay mayroon siyang exponent na 1, di ba? So, yung ating index, which is 2, yun yung ating naging denominator. So, x raised to 1 times y raised to 1/2. And that will be equal to xy raised to 1/2. Did you get it? Good. Next. How about if ang given natin ay negative cube root of x squared? So, let us just copy. Since ang negative ay nasa labas naman ng ating radical symbol or radical expression, we just need to copy negative. And then, copy the radicand, x as base, and then yung 3 ang ating denominator, and then exponent natin is the numerator. So, we have negative x 2 raised to the power of 2 cubed. Madali lamang, di ba? Let us now write this expression into exponential form. First, we have cube root of 7 raised to the power of 5. So, that will be equal to, yes, we have 7 raised to the 5 over 3. Okay? I hope naunawaan nyo. Number 2. Square root of 11x. How are we going to write it? Okay, so we have, very good, 11x raised to the power of 1/2. Nilagyan ko ng parenthesis to indicate na yung si 11 at si x ang meron nating power of 1/2. Okay? So, that will be applying the power rule, of product rule. I-distribute natin si 1/2 kay 11 as well as kay x. So, that is 11 raised to 1/2, x raised to 1/2. Next. We have fifth root of 4m raised to the power of 8. So, again, ang may power of 8 is yung 4m. So, ibig sabihin, ilalagay ulit natin siya sa parentheses. So, si 4m ay may power na 8 over 5. Since yung 5 yung index natin and yung exponent natin ay yung 8. Now, distributing again, 8/5 sa ating 4 and m, that will be equal to 4 raised to 8 over 5 and m raised to 8 over 5. Okay, can you still follow? Good. Number 4. Fourth root of 2a. So here, our exponent or ang ating exponent ng ating radicand is 1 kasi wala tayong nakikita. So therefore, we have 2a raised to the power of 1/4. So 1 yung numerator and then index natin is 4 kaya naging 4 ang denominator. So we have 1/4. Now distributing again, we have 2 raised to 1/4, a raised to 1/4. Madali lang, di ba? Let us have number 5. How about this? Cube root of fourth root of 228. So, di ba, medyo nakakalito. Pero isa-isahin natin. Unahin natin yung, yan, yung nasa labas. Yung 3, kunin muna natin, ay yung nasa loob, hayaan natin doon. So, fourth root of 228 raised to the power of 1/3. Tama ba? Kasi ang exponent niya ay 1. And then, yung ating index ay 3. Okay, so we have fourth root of 228 raised to the power of 1/3. This time, isunod natin yung nasa loob ng parenthesis. Fourth root of 228 is equal to 228 raised to the power of 1/4. Very good. So, yung 228 raised to the power of 1/4, ito yan ha. Yan. Raised to the power of 1/3. So, siya yung nasa loob pa. Ano? So, power to power yan. Since power to power yan, i-multiply natin. So, we have 228 raised to 1 times 1, 1. 4 times 3 is 12. So, 228 raised to the power of 1 over 12. So, that is how we express radicals into exponential form. I hope naunawaan nating lahat.
Alright, so this is the part 1 of our discussion on rational exponents and radicals. I hope nakatulong ang video na ito in answering your learning task number 1. If you do, please don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for the next video will be your guide in answering your learning task number 2. So this is the end of my video tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned a lot. So please don't forget to subscribe for more video updates.